Welcome to your personalized deep dive. Today we're diving into this fascinating world of persuasion. You sent over this intriguing article from WikiHow,
Okay.
How to Convince People to Do What You Want.
All right.
And it's got 18 strategies we're ready to unpack.
Yeah, it's like a playbook for your everyday interactions, really. And some of these techniques, they might seem like common sense, right?
Right?
But there's actually some pretty serious psychology underpinning them.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Right off the bat, I noticed this one. Have you ever noticed how, doing someone a favor right before you ask for something can, magically turn no's into yeses?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you unlock a secret persuasion code or something.
It's the principle of reciprocity in action. Think of it like a social exchange. So when someone does us a favor, we feel this, inherent obligation to return the gesture.
It's like when someone holds the door open for you for, just a little longer than necessary. You almost have to smile and thank them.
Exactly. It triggers this almost subconscious need to kind of even out the scales. And the article even mentioned a study about this. Get this. People are supposedly at their most persuadable right after they express thanks.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's wild.
Right.
It's like we're all operating under this hidden social contract or something. And to really bring this home, they give us this scenario I think we can all relate to. Dinner with your partner. Imagine you just whipped up an amazing meal.
And they're singing your praises, right? Honey, this is incredible.
Exactly. They're happy, they're relaxed, and then bam, you hit them with, so how about you tackle the dishes tonight?
Brilliant, isn't it? It plays on that natural instinct to reciprocate without them even realizing it.
It's true, I do that.
Right.
Okay, next up we have talk about what they'll lose. This one feels almost like reverse psychology.
It's counterintuitive, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's rooted in loss aversion, a powerful psychological principle. And the gist is this. The sting of losing something actually hurts twice as much as the joy of gaining something of equal value.
So to make this work for us, we need to kind of emphasize what someone might miss out on by not taking a certain action.
Right.
And this article even used that classic example with shirts. Remember that?
Oh, you mean the favorite shirt scenario? I love this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine this. Someone tells you that you're about to lose your all-time favorite shirt. How bummed would you be?
Devastated. It's not just any shirt. It's the one that fits just right. It's the one with all the memories attached to it.
Okay, now flip the script. Someone tells you you're about to get a new favorite shirt. Sure, you're happy,
Right.
but it doesn't sting the same way, does it?
Exactly. It highlights how we're wired to avoid losses way more strongly than we're driven to pursue gains, even if the potential gain is objectively better.
Interesting. So if you're trying to persuade someone, maybe instead of listing the benefits of a new phone, you emphasize what they'll lose by sticking with their old one, like a slower processor, a less impressive camera, all that. It's all about framing.
Now you're thinking like a persuader. Speaking of framing, let's kind of shift gears slightly and tackle the art of consistency.
Okay, consistency. Is this about sticking to a routine or something?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite. This technique leverages the fact that people have this deep-seated need to appear consistent in their actions and their beliefs, right?
Yeah.
So if you can align your request with their past behavior, you're much more likely to get a yes.
So it's like you're building a bridge to your request by tapping into their existing patterns.
Precisely. Think of it like this. If someone has donated to a particular charity before, they are statistically more likely to donate again when asked.
It's like they've already said yes to this type of request before, so saying yes again just feels like the natural next step. Makes sense.
Exactly. And to illustrate this point, the article gave us in Greenan a shining example of consistency in action. He had previously donated to a fundraiser for a cause he cared about.
And when they reached out for support for a similar initiative, he was happy to contribute again. It makes total sense. Past behavior often predicts future actions.
It's all about tapping into those pre-existing patterns. And speaking of powerful frameworks, let's tap into some ancient wisdom for a moment, shall we?
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Aristotle's persuasion trifecta.
Yes.
Ethos, pathos, and logos.
The trifecta. Okay, this always takes me back to my college communications class. Whenever I see a really clever ad, I can practically hear Aristotle whispering, ethos, pathos, logos.
Right.
It's the ultimate checklist for crafting a persuasive message, right?
Absolutely.
But for our listeners who might not have Aristotle on speed dial, Can you break this down for us?
Absolutely. These three elements are as relevant today as they were centuries ago. So ethos, all about establishing credibility. It's that air of authority and trustworthiness.
It's like, why should we listen to you?
Exactly.
What makes you the expert?
Exactly. And we see this all the time in advertising. Think about those celebrity endorsements, a sports icon promoting energy drinks, or a beloved actor vouching for a specific brand of coffee.
It's brilliant. Their fame instantly adds this layer of credibility, even if they're not exactly scientists or researchers.
There are masters of ethos, leveraging their public image to sway our opinions.
Okay, so we've got ethos for credibility, right?
Right.
Now let's talk about pathos.
Okay.
This always feels like the most emotionally charged element of these three.
You're spot on. Pathos is all about tugging at the heartstrings.
Yes.
It's about forging that emotional connection, tapping into those hopes, anxieties, desires, even our sense of humor.
This is where things get interesting because we're moving beyond logic and data and into the realm of emotions, right?
Yes.
And let's be real. Emotions can be incredibly persuasive. Just think about those heart-wrenching animal shelter commercials.
Or those fundraising campaigns with powerful, moving stories of individuals overcoming, incredible challenges. They are masters of pathos, crafting narratives that resonate deeply with our empathy.
It's about making us feel something.
Yeah.
And those feelings, a lot of times, they drive our actions more powerfully than, logic alone.
Absolutely. Now, to round out the trifecta, we have logos, bringing us back into the realm of logic and reason.
Right, right. So if ethos is about who's saying it and pathos is about how it makes us feel, logos is about the why. It's about the evidence, the data, the cold, hard facts.
You got it. Think about pitching a business idea. You wouldn't just rely on your charisma ethos or an emotional backstory pathos. You'd come armed with charts, graphs, projections, the works.
You need to present a rock-solid case, demonstrating logically why this venture is worth investing in.
Precisely. It's about appealing to reason, offering clear and compelling evidence to support your claims.
And the beauty of Aristotle's trifecta is how these elements work in harmony, right? Like you might have the most logical argument in the world, but without credibility or an emotional hook, it might fall flat.
Exactly. And sometimes a healthy dose of pathos can make even the most logic-driven argument even more persuasive.
It's about finding that sweet spot, that perfect blend of logic, emotion, and credibility.
Now, the article you brought us dives into a treasure trove of other compelling persuasion techniques.
It does.
And we wouldn't want to deprive you of those golden nuggets.
Absolutely. Let's sprinkle in a few more intriguing tactics that caught our attention. One that really stood out to me was the power of we language.
Right.
It seems so simple.
Yeah.
Yet I can already see the potential.
It's subtle, right?
Yeah.
But that one word swap from you to we can completely transform the tone of a conversation.
It's like you're subtly inviting them to join your team, creating this sense of camaraderie instead of making it an us versus them situation.
Right. Exactly. It fosters collaboration and shared understanding, which are key ingredients for effective persuasion.
I'm already thinking about how I can weave this into my daily conversations. It's like a secret weapon for building rapport.
Now, speaking of influencing decisions, the article also touched on a tactic that's practically hardwired into our consumerist culture, emphasizing urgency.
Yes.
The good old limited time offer tactic that makes us scramble for our wallets every time.
It's a classic for a reason. Creating a sense of scarcity or a limited time window taps into our innate fear of missing out. And let's be honest, no one wants to be the only one who misses out.
It's FOMO at its finest.
That little voice in our heads whispering, buy it now or you'll regret it later.
Precisely. Whether it's a flash sale or a limited edition product, that sense of urgency lights a fire under us, compelling us to act before we miss our chance.
It's like we bypass that rational part of our brains that says, do you really need another pair of shoes? And jump straight to, but what if they sell out?
And that brings us to another intriguing technique from the article, implanting ideas. Have you ever noticed how a casually dropped suggestion can later resurface in someone's mind as their own thought?
It's like you've planted a seed without them even realizing it. It's so subtle, but I can see how powerful it could be, especially in a world bombarded with information.
Exactly. Instead of hitting someone over the head with your idea, you subtly weave it into the conversation. For example, imagine you're discussing vacation destinations with a friend.
And you casually mention how much you've always wanted to visit, say, Italy. You talk about the food, the culture, the history.
Right. You paint a vivid picture, piquing their interest without explicitly suggesting, hey, we should go to Italy together.
But that seed has been planted. Weeks, maybe even months later, they might just surprise you with, hey, remember when you were talking about Italy?
It's like you've subtly influenced their desires without them even realizing it. Now, while we're on the topic of subtle tactics, let's circle back to something we touched on earlier, that surprising insight about confidence sometimes trumping expertise.
This one really got me thinking. So the article claims that sometimes people find confidence more persuasive than actual expertise. It sounds a bit crazy, but we probably see it happen all the time.
What's fascinating here is that while true expertise is undoubtedly valuable, confidence often acts as a sort of social shortcut. When someone presents themselves with assurance, we tend to make assumptions about their competence.
It's like that friend who can talk about any subject with such conviction that you almost believe them, even if you know they're just winging it. It's charismatic.
Precisely. Their confidence makes them appear more credible, even if we don't have concrete proof of their expertise in that specific area.
But here's the catch. Confidence without substance is ultimately unsustainable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a house of cards, impressive at first glance, but easily toppled.
You're absolutely right. While a confident delivery might initially win someone over, it's genuine expertise, that potent blend of knowledge, experience, and integrity that cultivates lasting trust and credibility.
It makes you wonder about all the times we might have been swayed by a confident presentation without realizing that true expertise might be lacking.
It highlights the importance of being discerning consumers of information, especially in this age of persuasive messages bombarding us from all directions. But on a more positive note, it also underscores the power of developing our own authentic confidence.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the art of persuasion, we've uncovered a toolkit of tactics, from the psychology of reciprocity to the power of framing, and even the surprising influence of confidence. And while some of these techniques might seem a bit like, well, Jedi mind tricks, it's important to remember that ethical persuasion isn't about manipulation or coercion.
It's about understanding those intricate workings of human psychology and using that knowledge to communicate more effectively, to build genuine connections, and to champion those ideas we truly believe in.
And sometimes, a little well-placed persuasion can be the key to unlocking opportunities, resolving conflicts, or even just getting someone to see things from a different perspective. It's about influence, not manipulation.
Well said. And speaking of different perspectives, the article left us with one final thought-provoking nugget that we wanted to share with you, a question really that we hope will linger in your mind long after this deep dive. If confidence can be so persuasive, even when it's not always backed by true expertise, what does that say about our own decision-making processes, you know?
Right.
How can we become more discerning, more like critical thinkers, especially in a world just like awash in persuasive messages?
It's a question worth pondering, for sure, especially as we navigate a world where information and, misinformation spreads like wildfire. It's a call to action, be more aware, I think, more discerning, to look beyond the surface and seek out those deeper layers of knowledge, of authenticity.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that persuasion, while a powerful tool, can be used for good or for ill. And it's up to each of us to develop those critical thinking skills to, like, separate the wheat from the chaff, so to speak.
To recognize those moments when we might be, like, swept away by a charismatic personality or a cleverly crafted message, without stopping to examine the substance beneath.
It's about becoming more conscious consumers of information.
Yeah.
Always asking those essential questions. What's the source?
Right.
What's the evidence? And perhaps most importantly, does this resonate with my own values and understanding of the world?
It's like we need to become our own fact checkers.
Yes.
Like our own inner lie detectors almost, right?
Precisely. It's about cultivating a healthy skepticism. Not to become cynical, but to become more discerning, more thoughtful in our judgments.
It's a fascinating challenge, especially in today's world. But as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, I have to say I'm feeling strangely empowered by this, It's like by pulling back the curtain on these persuasive tactics, we're better equipped to navigate the world with a more critical, more aware perspective.
I completely agree. Knowledge is power, after all. And by understanding these persuasive techniques, we're not only better equipped to recognize them in action, but we can also harness their power for good, to advocate for causes we believe in, to build stronger relationships, and to communicate our ideas with greater clarity and impact.
So there you have it, your deep dive into this fascinating world of persuasion.
Hmm.
We journeyed from, like, the psychology of reciprocity to the power of we,
Yeah.
explored Aristotle's timeless wisdom, and even uncovered the surprising influence of confidence. And we hope you're walking away not just with a head full of these intriguing tactics, but also with, like, a renewed appreciation for the complexities of human communication, really, and a desire to kind of use these skills ethically and intentionally.
Remember, at its core, effective persuasion isn't about tricks or manipulation, really. It's about understanding what makes people tick, connecting on a human level, and communicating in a way that resonates and inspires.
And on that note, we'll leave you with that final lingering question. How can you become a more discerning judge of information and a more ethical persuader in your own right? Until next time, happy persuading, and may your arguments be ever in your favor.